Okay, today I have Sahl on the line with me, and Danny's been playing the Canadian Tour for 10 years now, and steady performance and consistent improvement along with some dedication and patience led Danny to his first professional win on the Canadian Tour in 2011. Great milestone and hopefully just a taste of even bigger and better things to come. So thanks for joining me today, Danny.
Oh, thank you for having me.
For last year's win, can you take us through kind of some of the highlights of your final round?
Yes, I started the game with a two-shot lead, and I guess I've never been in that position before on the Canadian Tour. I've been tied, I think, or maybe one back, and I tried to do a little bit different approach to my round. And I didn't want to look at leaderboards on the final round, so I just told my caddy that, hey, the only thing I control is myself, and so I just went out there. I had a game plan. I wasn't going to do anything different than I did in the first 3 days, and the only thing different is I didn't look at the leaderboard, and I just tried to control my own emotions and my own game.
Awesome. And, I know you've been out there for a little while and trying to get to that win. How good was that to finally get there and raise that trophy?
I always knew I could do it. It's just that basically I got in my own way. I mean, I know I have the talent. I know I have all the tools to be able to do it. It's just that maybe a little bit of mental stuff that wasn't there. But obviously it was an amazing feeling. And I'm very thankful for the people that stuck with me because it's like I said, it's been a long time coming, and 10 years on and off playing Canadian Tour. Everybody, most guys would have probably packed it in by then, but I just knew that I could just keep at it financially with some support from friends and family that I would persevere.
So tell me a little bit about your goal to win on the tour. How long ago did you set it, and after you did, when did you feel like it was something that, you were committed to and absolutely knew you could achieve it? It sounds like it was something that you believed in quite a long time ago.
Well, yeah, it seems that anybody that I used to compete against that's advanced, moved on from the Canadian Tour and done well, on Nationwide or PGA, it's like, I played with these guys. I grew up with these guys, and they're no better than me. It's just that, they got their breaks, and they played well at the right times. And for me, I knew if I could just, stay focused and be able to play with the financial means that I knew I could win. And it's funny, the week before I won, I had an off week, and I missed a cut actually the week before in Kamloops, and I came back to Edmonton, and I worked with my coach, and people, honestly, I said, I'm very close. That's what and it was,
yeah.
And I had a week at home, and look what happened. It was, maybe it was just self-belief, or it just felt like my swing was real close, and actually not even thinking about your swing, but just, the game was real close to putting all the pieces together.
Okay. Wow. And, just to take that a little one step further too, obviously you wanted to win and you knew you could. When did you kind of expect that it would happen or that you would achieve it? Was it just that week before, or was it kind of gradually increased your confidence there?
Well, I mean, it's so tough to win in the game itself. I mean, there's so many variables that can happen, and it's like, when you do it, it's your week.
Yeah.
And, it's like I wouldn't play golf professionally if I didn't think I could win each week.
Right.
It's just that sometimes people play well and they're not even at their best game. It's just that, hey, you're putting, you make every putt, whatever it is, it works. And, for me, I felt like I was hitting the ball good. I had a couple good swing shots, and, it's funny, I ended up starting the week, I bogeyed my first 2 holes of the tournament. So it was, I just stayed patient, and like I said, I just believed in it, and, for me, it's just I had a good second round. I got off to a good start, and that's kind of for me. That's if I get off to a good start, it's a lot easier on my mental perspective, and get in that right zone. So
yeah, okay. So do you think after your win that you kind of have an elevated belief in your ability and more confident and even stronger self-talk about down the road?
yeah, I mean, it's like you achieve something that you worked so hard for, and now I got to make some different goals. Hey, yes, I want to win again, but I've won on the Canadian Tour, and a lot of people that have won on the Canadian Tour have gone on to great things. So I feel that I'm hitting my peak right now as a professional, and I'm ready to play well again this year and have a great season and achieve my ultimate goal, make a PGA and the Canadian Open and the U.S. Open.
Yeah, it's a nice milestone on the Canadian Tour, and you're right. It's can definitely elevate you on to the next level and push you even further, and certainly hope that's the direction that this goes for you. Switching gears a little bit, tell me a little bit about your recent focus on learning and improving your mental game. You had mentioned before there was, before you won, there were some things that maybe got in your way mentally. What are you working on now?
Well, right now I'm trying to do a lot more visualization. I'm seeing the shot and let my eyes really dictate what my body's doing. Maybe that's a little bit pre-shot routine stuff. Big into sticking to a game plan. I guess that's part of the mental part. But doing some breathing exercises. Do hot yoga once in a while. During season, I do it once a week. Just kind of helps me, my breathing part and under the pressure. And before, I was always really focused on how I was hitting it, and just rather than letting it happen. So,
okay.
And just now I have a good, just a nice balance in my life right now as far as being, it's not always about the golf. I just kind of found that, I guess, a good balance between, leaving my golf at the golf course and enjoying whatever else I like to do.
Yeah, well, balance is really important. How about determination? How determined are you to reach your biggest goals? And how determined were you, I guess, to win on the Canadian Tour? I mean, that must have took quite a lot of determination, too.
Yeah, I had a few starts. I've been playing the Canadian Tour for probably more than 10 years. I mean, for me, it was, I peaked really young, and, I always knew I could play this game for a living, and it's just taken me a long time to do it and to get where I'm at now. I remember my college coach always told a lot of people, Danny's just a slow learner. That's what he told everybody, because I have the tools to do it. It's just taking me a lot longer. My determination is, I just like my self-belief and knowing that I'm going to get there one day. I hit the ball too good not to. That's kind of how I feel. I don't say that out loud, but that's how I feel about my game.
Wow, that's great. I mean, I think that's really important to have that belief and that deeper belief that you're going to achieve what you've set out to achieve. So what is your mental approach to golf these days? I mean, you mentioned visualization and working on routine and yoga and balance. Are there other things there too, or?
I just try to get a good frequency. You don't dwell on things aren't going great. Don't think about. The word don't. I don't like to use that word. I use it right now, but I will succeed. I'm going to, rather than what if or don't or I'm very positive. That's my approach right now. I'm very thankful for everything I have and where I've gotten so far, and that's kind of taken me where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Okay. And, you mentioned balance and some of the things that you're working on there. How do you find that optimum effort level to maximize your performance, mental performance, and results? I know we talked the other day about, getting that optimum effort level of not trying too hard or too little. How do you optimize that?
Well, you gotta try to find it. You gotta experiment with it. What I do is I start doing some drills where whether it's my putting or driver, swing, whatever, that when you absolutely have to make a putt, everybody tries harder when it really means something. So what I'm trying to accomplish is get that effort level where I'm letting it happen, but also I'm conscious about what I'm doing. And so it's just trying to get that happy medium where I'm not putting so much effort and I guess focus, and I'm not trying to make the putt. I just kind of let it happen. So what I do is I start off at an effort level of 10, and I need to make that putt. I'm thinking about my stroke. I'm thinking about the speed, thinking about the line, what it means to make that putt, and then I make a stroke. This is when I'm practicing. Then I'll go down to 9, then I go down to 8, then I go down to 7. And for me, I find that I get a good balance where I'm aware of what I'm doing, but also I'm letting it happen. And usually it's around a 7 or 8 effort level.
Okay.
It's just something a little different, And even practicing now, I even kind of self-talk myself. I say, all right, effort level of 8. Even say it to myself, and it just kind of frees me up a little bit more.
Yeah. Wow, that's kind of a neat drill and a neat idea and concept too. I think, physical tension and even mental tension, you just have to find that right optimum place, I guess. And you're right, if you're trying too hard, it's not the right frame of mind, and physically and mentally. So that's kind of a neat concept, I think. You spent the last couple of weeks with Mike Weir. What were the biggest lessons you learned from a mental perspective with Mike? Anything special coming from that?
I guess what I really noticed about him that maybe I haven't been in the past, and I maybe need to do a little bit more. I mean, he's very regimented. I mean, when he's practicing, he practices for a purpose. He's just not out there hitting balls and warming up. He's hitting wedges. He knows how far they're going. He'll put 5 balls aside. Okay, I'm going to get 5 balls to the next, boom, boom. And then he'll take a 7-iron hit. He's very precise in what he's doing, where he's, I guess, maximizing his focus and energy, rather than just kind of go through the motions, I guess. You can just really see the confidence around the greens, putting, chipping, and he works hard on that stuff too. He's probably one of the hardest workers I've ever seen.
That makes sense. I think most successful people certainly put a lot of effort and time into their trade, whatever it might be. And, some of the things that you said are really, really strong points. I think, just having a purpose in each shot and not just going through the motions. And, that has obviously paid off for him and has given him the focus to, achieve the little goals, I'm sure, that he sets on a daily basis as well as his long-term goals. So, how important is it to have somebody like him, who's won on the PGA Tour and obviously won a major as well, to be able to talk to a guy like him?
I'm very fortunate. I met Mike a few years ago, but we really started talking in January, and actually the whole thing came about where he wanted me to caddy for him this year on the tour. And so we met in Palm Springs in January, and he saw something in my game that he knew that he told me that you're too good to be caddying right now. You need to play. And he's going to help me, mentor me a little bit if I ever have any questions about, traveling, how to play a golf course, what to think about, how to prepare, anything I need. He said his phone is on and he'll answer anything I need him to. So that was a very nice, it was special to me that he said that about my game and his belief in me.